This video is going to break down one of the core techniques we utilize in our various sessions at our retreats and in the core teachings here. Along my journey of uncovering various modalities and breathing techniques, meditation techniques that are utilized to clear out the energetic buildup within the nature of the body and clearing out what's no longer needed, and of course using the breath as that cleansing tool. This core technique is one of, if not the most potent techniques I have found for this means. Now, naturally, we have covered our self-inquiry technique, in which is the core essence of realizing the nature of the absolute and the nature of the awareness in which we are. The technique in which we are utilizing in this session is utilized more for the energetic body and cleansing out the nervous system so that we can more easily rest in that space of awareness without the distraction of the body. Now, this core technique is a spinal breathing technique. It has originated in the yogic system from various lineages, and in the lineage in which I have studied, in the Kriya Babaji lineage, in which utilizes the core focus of this technique, as everything else is centered around, as the core cleansing tool along this path, in which my guru would call the lightning path. Now, if we were to look at the three most important aspects of our existence in this body, we may look at awareness as the most important, awareness being that in which we are, that in which we use to perceive, in a sense. And then, of course, we have the breath being the only thing in which connects our physical body to the ether, to the etheric energy, the consciousness, the unseen realm. It is a physical experience in a sense, but it is unseen, and it is the only thing within our experience in which is of this nature. And then, of course, we have our spine and our nervous system, which is, I would say, the most important aspect of our physical body. And so we are using these three aspects of ourselves, awareness, breath, and our nervous system, and our spine, in this meditation, all in conjunction. And so as we utilize this in conjunction, naturally with the core intention of clearing out what is no longer needed within the nervous system and within the spine, and in specific within the central nadi channel, which is in the Sushumna channel, we are clearing out all of the buildup of energetic blockages within our body. And so by utilizing this process, many find that they end up purging many aspects of their experience, many aspects of energies and emotions in which have been built up for some time. So I do want to give a disclaimer, in a sense. If you are to practice this technique consistently and sincerely with intensity and power, then naturally you will clear out much of that in which is no longer necessary. And of course, in this light, it can be difficult at times to deal with. At times you may feel overwhelmed by these emotions that are coming up. You may feel truly confused along the path because all of these emotions are arising. But of course, this is natural. This is the most natural process of our experience in this human body in this time, because we are, and many of us are, going through this process of awakening. So I'm going to dive into this technique and show you in very simple light how this technique is utilized and how you can utilize this in your own practice. Okay, so we're going to be diving into this spinal breathing technique, and it really goes in three phases. The first phase is focused on simply just connecting with that deepened space of awareness and peace in which already exists at the foundation of our experience. Then working into the spinal breath, in which I'm going to guide you through, and simply doing this 12 specific breaths, in which generally we can do in sequences of 12 to 36 and then 72, 144. And we can count by using our fingers. So 1 on the phalange here, 2 here, 3 here. With 4 fingers, that would be 12, one full cycle. And so that is the second phase of this meditation. And then the last phase is simply to feel the euphoria within the spine and bring that energy to the top of the head, where we allow it to release and then complete and close this meditation. So I'm going to guide you through, and you can participate along with me. So starting our meditation in a comfortable seated posture, whether you're on a chair, a couch, on the floor, on a yoga mat, and we are going to have our hands in our lap or on our knees, palms facing up. We can use a mudra, our index finger on our thumb, if that's comfortable, but it's not necessary. And remembering on our right hand, we can utilize that as our counting hand, or the left, whatever's most comfortable. The thumb on each phalange will be utilized for every breath. And remembering one breath is all the way up and all the way down. So we're going to close our eyes when we're ready. And just bringing the awareness inside. And simply just existing there for a moment. With no specific intention, just resting here and being aware of the thoughts that arise, the emotions, the sensations, all of the above. And from here, we're going to bring our attention and awareness to the center of our brain, just rolling the eyes gently up. This would be in the 6th chakra position. And focusing simply on the breath without controlling it. And just deepening into that space of peace and awareness. And from here, we're going to slowly move the awareness coming down the spine as we exhale through the nose, all the way down to the base of the spine. And from here, we're going to slowly begin to inhale through the nose, coming up for 4 seconds, 2, 3, all the way up the spine, through the center of the head, and ending at 4 into the center of the brain, with the forehead, and exhaling down the spine, through our nose, 2, 3, 4, again at the base of the spine, inhaling, coming up, 2, 3, up through the spine, through the neck, the center of the brain, and ending 4 in between the eyebrows, and then exhaling, coming down the spine, 2, 3, 4. Starting our 3rd breath, inhaling, coming up the spine, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling, coming down the spine, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, 4th breath, coming up the spine, 2, 3, 4, ending at the 3rd eye, and exhaling, coming down the spine, 2, 3, 4, inhaling, 5th breath, coming up the spine, 2, 3, 4, exhaling, coming down the spine, 2, 3, 4, continuing our 6th breath, coming up the spine, 2, 3, 4, exhaling, coming down the spine, 2, 3, 4. We're going to continue on our own pace, 6 more breaths, up the spine and down the spine. And finishing our last breath. Resting the attention of awareness throughout the entire spine. Just feeling the subtle cool energy flowing through the spine and allowing that to expand throughout the entire body. Bring the attention and awareness to the top of the head and just setting that intention on releasing and letting go and feeling that openness through the top of the head. You may feel a tingling sensation here, and simply just kind of letting go and releasing to that infinite space. And in that space of depth of awareness and peace, we're going to return our awareness to the sensations of a physical body in the environment or room that we are in. And focusing the awareness in the center of the chest and the heart space, and just feeling into there. And from here, as we're ready, we can slowly open the eyes and bring the awareness fully back into this space. Okay. So we completed that meditation sequence and that kriya, and that is a focused spinal breathing technique in which, again, is really clearing out the energies within the spine, and even just 12 breaths, you naturally can truly experience the depth of what happens within the energies of the spine and the release that may be occurring for you. And so I implore you to just start with the 12 breaths if you're just beginning. If you are one who has been meditating for some time, then you may increase to 36 or 72 and slowly work your way up to increasing to 144 and having a consistent practice of that breathing pattern in that space of cleansing and clearing out the nervous system and the energetics and emotions that reside there. And I'd love to hear your comments on what is happening for you. In our Facebook group, you can also communicate there on what's happening and what's arising for you. And if you need any clarity with the experiences you're having that may be confusing or you've never experienced before, we can clear things up for you and assist you along that path. So much love. I hope you enjoyed this video.